So it's your guy, everybody, Ricardo D. Wrice from the Leadership Blend, media company, podcast, television show, magazine, all that good stuff. So I am back in the building, in the room, because we are getting ready to interview another comedian, a female comedian, which I have a soft spot for female comedians because they're good people. So at this time, we have Roni Shanell. She's on the line, and we're going to get a nice interview with her on today. I'm excited. You should be excited. So here we go. All right, so is she in? Is she in? Miss Shanell, are you in the room?
Yes, I am.
How you doing today?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm excited, beyond excited to have you on this nice, I don't want to say Zoom, this nice video chat so everybody can see you and hear your voice.
Yes.
All right, so for those that don't know about you, I have my talking points, but I want you to introduce, because, I have a respect for anybody that can win competitions, because in order to get into a competition and actually win it, that means you had to beat out a lot of the other folks who think they're equally as good. And from what I've seen and what I read, because I like to do my research, I see that you were Detroit's Laugh Master. You won Detroit's Laugh Masters competition in 2018, and just last year won Sway in the Morning Comedy Search. That tells me this is not a hobby for you; it is a lifestyle. So tell everybody about you.
Yes, I am comedian Roni Shanell from Detroit. And I started doing comedy back in January of 2015. And it has been an amazing journey ever since. Like you say, I won my biggest competition thus far has been the Sway in the Morning comedy competition back in 2020. And I competed against some great comedians. It was a dope experience. So I'm just, that's one of my accomplishments. I've done a few things since I've been in this game.
Oh, you've done a lot. You said you got in there 2015, and you already winning competitions. Man, you're doing a lot.
I'm kind of just a little bit.
You're doing a lot. Let's just call it what it is. You're doing a lot, and it's a good lot. So okay, so tell me, because it seems like most comedians, their comedy comes from someplace. So where does your comedy come from?
Well,
like, is it past experiences, or the life you lived?
People around me, their experience, just growing up, in the 80s and dealing with the crack epidemic and
yeah, that was something.
Dealing with all of that and having children young and dealing with no good niggas, all type of shit. So being a young mom, all of that.
Now, see, y'all start saying these things. Y'all force me to be like, because I'm looking at you on my side. I'm like, she's saying all this, but she got to be either my age or younger. I'm 40, almost 42. I'll be 42 on Halloween. So are you in that range, or? See, y'all made me have to ask these things. Oh, I think you're breaking up.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Yeah, I said I just turned 40 July 1st.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So we are in the same age bracket. I was like the New Jack, because you was about the New Jack City years. I was like, wait, that's when New Jack City was out, the crack academic and stuff.
We were young, and we went through that with our parents. I dealt with drug addict parents until I was 11 years old, and they went to church and got saved and everything. But then nobody asked me how I felt. I liked my crackhead parents. I did. It was cool as fuck.
Wait, so you said you liked your crackhead parents? How does that work? How that work?
Because, I could do whatever I wanted to do. I could ride my bike 10 streets over. Nobody was looking for me. I could eat hot Cheetos.
You say hot Cheetos? We really doing that? Hot Cheetos, though?
I had a full relationship at 6. I had a whole boyfriend at 6 years old.
What? How does that even,
We only been together for half the day, but still, that was a relationship.
I don't even okay. Okay, we'll go with that then. I'll let you have that. We'll go with that one. So tell me, okay, so what, because I know I'm funny. Like, I know I'm a walking sitcom, but I don't think I could actually stand up and do comedy. Like, what made you want to go down that particular lane? Because it's plus, and let's be very clear and very honest, female comedians there are plenty of them, but I think we both, especially for our age group, I know for me to think about a female stand-up comedian from that time, I know female comedian actors, but I couldn't think of anybody that was doing stand-up that I knew that I could see. So what really inspired you to get on this journey? Because I'm sure it was not easy.
Well, no, it wasn't. I've always, being in entertainment, always been a life of the party. I'm very good at telling stories, and like over the years, people like you should be a comedian. You're just naturally funny, and you can hold people's attention, and people would pay me to come to their parties just to come, though, not
Seriously,
to
before you start telling jokes?
because I would entertain everybody, without even trying, and that was just that. I just one day I was on a black ski trip. And they had a talent show. We took the bus from Detroit to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. It was 10 hours. And on the way back, people were getting tired and a little sleepy. So I said, let's have a talent show. And my friends made me go up in front of and tell jokes on the bus. And the guy was like, hey, you're funny. And 2 weeks later, I was the featured act at one of the hottest shows in Detroit.
What? How does that?
Yeah.
Man.
Yes.
So you're not new. So you're clearly not new to competitions or things of that magnitude. That's kind of sound like how you kind of got your start. Was that kind of
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah, I remember I was going to the Kool-Aid. His name was Kool-Aid, Detroit comedy legend. Comedy legend just all over, passed away back in 2018. But I remember him coming to me and he said, yeah, I'm going to give you some time. He said, can you do 7 to 8 minutes? And me being cocky, never doing this, I'm like, yeah, nothing to a boss. Yes, I can do 7 to 8 minutes.
That's a long time, isn't
And I
it?
got up there and I ended up doing 22 minutes.
Seriously, tell that was stand up.
That was stand up. Now, was it the best 22 minutes? No, but it was it was it was 22 minutes of, and I had the crowd rocking with me. Even though half of them was my family, they was rocking with me. So
I mean, 22 minutes, and that was like straight off the dome jokes, not actually anything written.
I think I had wrote, maybe the material that I wrote may have been maybe 5, 7 minutes. Other than that, it was just going with the flow, and you know, it worked out.
All right, so when you're in that space, like, because I know that takes being, 'cause doing radio and my shows are not scripted, so I really just kind of get in the moment and kind of follow the guests and so on and so forth. But I'm assuming that when you're standing in front of a room of people, that
Hmm.
feeding off the people must be something that you're good at, like feeding off the vibe of the
Oh,
crowd.
yes, yes, yes. I've done, and that's something I'm working on because I'm still new to this. I haven't been around, which is so dope for me to be a part of. I saw Hope Flood on here. I saw Shango on here. I was like, oh
Oh
my
yeah, we
God,
we
they got
we doing it today now. We doing it big now. We doing it today.
I couldn't believe it, little old me. Like, but that's something I'm working on. I let the crowd sometimes affect my presence on the stage. If they feeling me, I'm going crazy. But if they kind of dry, I be dry back with them. So,
I, I don't know if the
but I'm
club
learning.
promoters are gonna like that. I don't know if the club promoters are gonna like that.
I'm still learning something that I've been working on, like just giving them that energy that all the time, no matter who's there, no matter what they're giving me, just give it 100% all the time. So
So have you had the shows that have headliners that come out before you, or using a lineup? What is it? What's your norm? What do you prefer? Because I'm just curious. What do you
well,
prefer?
right now I'm in the point of my career where I'm a strong feature. I can headline smaller venues, but right now I'm a strong feature. So I feature in the comedy clubs across the country right now. So
All right, nice. So in this journey, who were some of your inspirations that kind of, for those moments where you were at a club and they just wasn't feeling you, you were just kind of ready to get off the stage, that little voice that you heard or that vision you had of somebody famous that kind of was in your repertoire to keep you going? Who were some of your inspirations in all this journey?
well, I love Mike Epps. Mike Epps is one of my favorite
Really? You
comedians,
you
and
said Mike
yeah,
Epps.
I love Mike Epps.
You
Yes,
got to explain that. Why? How? What? You got to explain that
you
to
know
me. I
you
did
know
not expect you to say that.
I know, right? Mike,
I didn't
but
expect
Mike
that.
Epps is my, and reason being, he reminds me of the guy next door. He reminds me of your silly cousin. He reminds me of, it's like, to me, his funny is effortless to me.
Okay, he
What you
does
think?
remind you like a cousin Pookie or Uncle Ray Ray.
He
He does have that whole vibe to him. I'll give you that. I'll give you
do, he
that.
do. It's a just a relaxed, chill vibe. You like having him around.
So that's kind of how your comedy is. That's the kind of feel and vibe you like to have as well. So that's why he's inspired. Like I said, I'm not even gonna lie. I did not expect you to say Mike Epps. I thought by sure you would say Cheryl Underwood or some more. I did not expect you to say Mike Epps. I'm not even gonna lie.
And these are on the spot questions, so I ain't really had time to think some of this shit out. But
I mean,
but
hey, no shade, people. I just thought you would have said a female comedian. That's very interesting that you have a male
oh,
comedian
and
as
that's another.
as.
I follow. I grew up watching Def Jam, so Adele Givens and Cheryl Underwood and Monique, and of course those are my inspirations. Of course, some more. I love these ladies. They have paved the way, and it's a struggle for Black women in comedy. But I also like my style is kind of, I'm kind of like the little hood chick a little bit.
The fact you said a
So
little bit means a lot. Because in black language,
a
that
lot.
means a lot. That means a lot.
I'm,
So
I
it's
want
cute you
to say
tried that, but that means that in black language, you just said I'm a lot hood. That's what you really just said, but it's okay.
I, I, I'm the female that you're not threatened by. I'm cute. I ain't too sexy. I'm real cute though. I like the little girl cute. And you're not threatened by my presence around your man, even though I still be fucking with him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you saying you the quote unquote homegirl that everybody, all the
Yeah,
girls like, but on the slide, they may be hitting you up in the DMs. That's what you're saying.
hey sis, hey sis.
And then the EB be like, hey bro, what's going on? Oh, she gone? Okay, we good, we cleared. That's what you're saying? That's what you're saying? That's what I heard. I don't know if that's what everybody, all the listeners heard, but that's what I heard. That you be like, hey sis, it's all good. Yeah, girl. Then later on you be like, yeah, bro, we good, we clear. She gone. That's what we doing.
She gone.
That,
Hey, we
that's
good then.
that's what I heard. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what I heard.
I mean, that's kind of what I said though. So
I'm the hood whisperer, so that's what I heard in between those in those lines. I heard that yeah, I'm that chick. I'm not that chick, but I am
yeah,
that chick. That's what I heard.
I-
Okay,
if you listen.
I'm not even mad with you. I'm not even mad with you. All right, so you said something that's actually very interesting because I was going to ask you that anyway. When you made the statement that it's hard for black female comedians, can you expound on that a little bit for me for all those African American women who may be aspiring to, let's say, be an actress, but they want to do it by way of comedy? Like, what are some of the roadblocks you've encountered in your journey? Because your journey is still relatively new, which is good because it's fresh. So, what are some of the roadblocks you've encountered as trying to be an African or being an African American comedian?
Well, first off, I was listening to Shane, and he said, I took notes while he was talking
Oh
too,
God, did why?
because
Because they
I
was
was,
my peen
I was,
pics and DMs and
I, but he gave advice that was that I paid attention to, and he said, don't suck nobody's dick. So,
yeah, I walked in on that. I walked in on that one. I didn't know what we were talking about. I thought this was a
yeah,
comedy interview. What are we talking about? Is this a sexual
but what he was
harassment class?
what he was saying was when you get into the game, you get a lot of people that tell you what they can do for you if you do this for them and this, that, and the third. And
True.
I've learned just to work hard, and as a black female, it's not that many of us, and they kind of put us against each other. They kind of, oh, she's funnier than you, or she doesn't cuss as much, or she's this, or she's clean and she's not, and so you get a lot of that. And I've just learned to stay in my own lane. Nobody can do Ronnie Chanel like Ronnie Chanel. I don't compete with anybody. I compete with me to be better, to become a stronger comic, and just to grow in the industry.
All right, so let me ask you this because we see a lot of comedians. I'm not even gonna lie. Marsha Warfield was just here, who's one of my. I just love her from Night Court and stuff. And I honestly did not know that she was a stand-up comedian. Well, if I did, I forgot.
Hmm.
I just know her as an actress because I've seen her currently on 911 and she was in Night Court. So that's how I know her. So is that your next evolution? Like, do you want to be the comedy girl that's in movies, probably by Mike Epps? Like, is that one of your aspirations moving forward?
Look, Mike, holla at me. No.
Yeah, we know you can do
uh,
that again. We know you want to shout that out. So if you want to do that again, I mean, Mike Epps, look, your girl Ronnie Chanel over here singing your praises. So put her on. There you go. I did that for you. I did that.
thank you, thank you. But yes, eventually I would love to do movies and acting and things like that. I I'm not the social media. I'm not the video girl that does the social media videos and the skits and things like that. I am true old school grit and grind comedy. I travel, I get in my car. I've driven all across the country in my car for free a lot of times just to let people see me in hopes that they will call me back, and it's worked out for me thus far, and I'm keep going and keep thriving. So yes, I want to get to movies and make it to the big screen one day.
Okay, like I said, we put that out in the atmosphere for you about Mike has given you a call because yeah, we know that's what that thing is. We want to get that cracking. All right, so what do you have working on? What are you working on currently? Any shows or anything that people can find you? What are you working on currently?
Right now I am just getting back in the swing of things. You know, COVID stopped a lot of my. I was right there. I was right there. I was headlining at Caroline's last year. That didn't happen. So a lot of things. I'm just getting my feet back wet and starting touring again and going to clubs and um, just back on the hustle, back on the grind. I got a show coming up in Phoenix. That's in October. I'm doing a lot of things actually. Just so many. I really can't just. I'm doing a lot. I mean, God is good. I've been very fortunate and blessed to be a working comedian, and people actually like me. I'm a decent person out off the
You
stage.
you're a decent hood person. That's you mean that you got a
I
little hood
am.
in you.
Look, I
You got a little hood in you.
do. Look, I cook. I'm a caterer. I listen. Shane was talking about the girl that sing and act and dance and all that stuff. I build cars for Chrysler. I'm a
Wait, what?
comedian and I'm a caterer.
So you handy, you tell jokes, and you cook.
Yes, I just got off a 12-hour shift. Okay.
What, ma'am? You okay? You
Yes.
that chick? You officially that chick? I have to give you that. We bow down to you. You're officially that
38
chick. That's what
day.
it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Just don't
mean,
buy a car. About to fuck up.
you know what I'm not about to do with you. I'm not about to do that. That's what I'm not about to do with you.
Better
All right.
weekend. Okay. With that Tito's. Okay. Do not. The Tito's. I'm telling you, just like it's my car built Monday through Thursday. Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna give you the opportunity to do what Sway did for you. So what would be some advice that you would give up and coming comedians who are trying to get into the game?
Listen, watch, and learn the vets. You have not made it. You're not going to make it overnight. This is a marathon. We see people that we think they just popped up. They've been in the game for years. Lace your boots up and get ready to get down and grimy and dirty with it. Get out there and hustle. It's not going to come overnight. It's not going to come easy. Get you a set. That was one of the biggest mistakes I made. I thought I was so funny. I could get up there and freestyle because I'm just funny and people laugh at me. I was horrible. I was horrible. But once I learned and watched and learned the craft of comedy, it's not just about being funny. There are a lot of funny people, but there's an actual art, a craft to this. Learn, study, go out, grab as many mics as you can, and you can grow from there.
Okay, now because I like on my show when people use a term that I don't know, they have to break. They have to tell me what it means. So when you say a set, for comedians who might be like you didn't catch that before they got on the road, what is a set? Like how do you prepare a set? What is that?
So instead are jokes that you write and that you say them. Sometimes you might be like, "Oh, I heard that before. I heard that before." Well, I had to learn that you have to repeat certain jokes. You have to repeat jokes to make them better, to make them funny. So, like my initial set was 3 minutes long, which was what I wrote, what I rehearsed, what I knew I was going to say up there was 3 minutes long, right? But that 3 minute set ended up growing into five. And then I grew those same jokes into seven. Then I grew them to 10 until I got more and added and added and took out what wasn't working and added some more to where I got 30 minutes strong. And then I'm adding from there on. So a set is your routine that you say on stage, and you're going to say it over and over and over again until you perfect it, until it gets funnier. And guess what? Sometimes I've been places and I heard comedians say the same joke over and over again. I laugh like I never heard it before because funny is funny. And when it's a great joke, I don't care how many times I hear it, I'm still going to crack the fuck up.
All right. Was there something else? Was there another thing? Because you said that was one of the best things you ever did. Is there something else that you would recommend that was equally as good as learning how to prepare a set?
Okay, you ready for this? So
Oh God,
I
I feel like I
told
should
you
be nervous.
you should be. All right. So I got in this game and I thought, because my family and my friends were supportive and they're coming to all my shows and oh my gosh, she's so funny, she's so funny. So about a year into it, I get a chance to go back. Remember I told you I was on the bus trip and I told some jokes? Well, now they at the actual event, which is in front of hundreds and hundreds of people, they invite me back to do the comedy show. Oh my God. Okay, so this is a room full of people that have been partying all weekend. They're drinking, doing whatever they're doing, okay? Um, I've been drinking, I've been partying, and you hear my voice. I already have a raspy voice. So just imagine after 2 days of drinking and partying
I feel
what
like
I
this is not
sound
going to
like.
end well. I feel like this is not going to end well.
Oh my God. I got up there. I had about 100 people in t-shirts that said Ronnie Shanell. They were out in front supporting me. I had a hype man bring me up and everything, okay? I done danced my little chunky ass all around the stage. So by the time it get time for me to tell jokes, I'm like, yeah. And then you can barely hear me because I'm hoarse because I've been drinking 1800 all weekend and
Oh
doing God
Jesus,
knows what.
you trying to put hair on your chest?
Oh yeah, I got a lot. Just a couple of them. None of little shaving won't, cure. But I got up there and I bombed so bad. I was so embarrassed because first of all, I couldn't get a joke off. They couldn't hear me. I had just had too much going on. They wanted to boo me, but I had a lot of people with me, so they didn't. I should have been booed. As a comedian, you fucked up when the host says, well, y'all, she new to this, give her a chance, she gonna learn. When they gotta come behind you and say
Oh
stuff like
man,
that, you fucked up.
yeah.
And so I didn't want to, I was so embarrassed. I didn't want to come from behind the stage. And when I finally got the guts up to do it, I didn't want to do comedy anymore. And that was
Oh,
on a Sunday night. I flew back home to Detroit on Tuesday and I got off the plane at about 4 p.m. I was on stage at 7. And from that point on, I hit every open mic just about every night for about 8 months straight. And I didn't stop until I got better and better and better. And I worked at it. I worked hard. I wouldn't even tell people I was going out because I didn't want my friends and family there to support. I wanted strangers to critique me and let me know if I'm funny or not. And that was the best thing I could have done. Get out there and, go on your own sometime. You don't need supporters all the time because sometimes that can give you a false sense of what you're doing. I
oh, true.
wasn't as funny as I thought I was. Most likely. That's
Wow. I mean,
what it was.
I'm trying to figure out, was the moral of that story not to drink and party before you tell jokes, or there was so many
The,
examples in that. What was?
it was a lot. It was not the drinking party, so that's one thing I don't do. And I like to turn up, but I don't do it before I go on stage because that's not a good look. You always want to remain professional. You don't want people not wanting you back because they tell you can have free drinks and you drink a fifth for Don Julio. So I don't do that. I don't do
Yeah.
that. And it's also, you know, uh, work at it. Don't get ahead of yourself, especially new comics. We think, we're new. People are supporting us. They're laughing. Our friends and family are telling us we're funny. Go out there. Go on your own. Don't tell people where you're going sometimes. Go and do open mics. Go outside of the black community. Go to the white clubs. Go and do open mics there and just get your feet wet with everybody so you'll learn how to work in every crowd, every audience.
So let me ask you this: do you think there's a different reception for a male comedian versus a female comedian? I won't even put color in it. Just in general, do you think there's a different reception for a female comedian versus a male comedian in your experiences?
Most definitely. When I first started comedy, a lot of the women, and that's funny. A lot of women were like, "Oh my God, you cuss too much," but a man could get up there and say exactly what I'm saying, but it's received differently. And when I was saying, they're like, "Oh my God, your mouth," and I like to talk about dick too. I like to say bitch sometimes. I do. That's just my how I talk. That's my vocabulary on the regular. So when I'm talking to the audience, I just like talking to my friends, and that's how I talk. And so Men can get away and say a lot more riskier things than women.
Okay,
And
so what made you steady the course on that? Because given that that was a lot of the feedback, what made you stand firm and say, "No, this is what I'm doing. This is who I am." What made you stand firm on that instead of just yielding to what the consensus as to what you should be doing?
so I was supposed to do a show with Monique. She was
Oh,
at Toledo Funny Bone, which is about an hour outside of Detroit. And this is like 2 months after I started doing comedy, where I got cold feet and I didn't want to do it. And I was afraid because I didn't know, I was just nervous. And the advice she sent to me was to be yourself, hold true to who and what you are. If they like you, they like you. If they don't, it's okay. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm somebody's cup of coffee. So,
nice. I like
and,
that.
and you watch other comics, and everybody don't think Kevin Hart is funny. Everybody don't think such and such is funny, but some people love him, and everybody's not going to think I'm funny, and I'm okay with that. I had to get past that. I'm okay with this is who I am. This is my truth, and the confidence that I have on stage. When people feel a little uncomfortable about what I'm saying, the confidence that I give off and the joy that I have on stage makes them relax and like, okay, we can take it from her. Okay. So that's what it is.
Okay, because I've heard female comedians say that they could say certain things. I know some of my favorites are the S'mores. Uh, Definitely S'mores. S'mores like my favorite, but I know she gets down and dirty. And
Hmm.
how S'mores, she can say what you gotta say, and it is what it is. But I've always
Hmm.
wondered, a lot of people cave because the ideology is there isn't but a few of us, and I want to be in that few. So if I need
Yeah.
to change these things, and I'll change these things to get into that few. But I like the fact that you was like, nah, I'm gonna stick to my guns and hold the fort down and do things
Yeah.
of that magnitude.
And it's working for me. And I'm gonna tell you something that works for me, right? So I recently lost a lot of weight, but I used to be like this chubby, and to them they thought I was a lot younger than I was. And so I get up there and this little chunky little girl with this little round face and these fat cheeks. And then I would speak. And first of all, my voice, they're like caught off guard by my voice because they're not expecting me to sound like this. Um, and then the things that I would say, they were like, but wait a minute, she's funny with it. So that worked for me. Just it's almost like a shock factor when I get up there and speak sometimes. And then I reel them in where they're in love with me. By the end of the show, they my best friend.
All right. So how do people find you on social media?
Everything is Ronnie Chanel. Instagram RoniShanell. Facebook is Ronnie Chanel. Snapchat, all that good stuff. It's just Ronnie Chanel. I like to thank you all for having me. I am honored. Like I said, I tuned in to see the end of Hope, Flood, and Shane, and it's just an honor for me to be a part of your show. Thank you all so much. I feel blessed and honored to be here today.
Look, for what you not about to do is try to make me shed a tear or something on this microphone. That's what we not about to do.
Listen. This
We
is
not about
this
to do
is
that.
opportunity for people that have never seen or heard of Ronnie Chanel. Go, YouTube me, Google me. I'm funny than a motherfucker. Okay. I crack myself up. I cracks myself up.
See, you gonna keep doing this, and I'm gonna have you tell a joke or something before we leave. Like I like to put people on the spot, but I don't. You do that, but
Okay.
if
Tell
you
you this
wanted
joke. Now
to.
I don't know. I'm gonna tell you this joke. My mother told me this joke. No, I ain't gonna do that one. No, they might not understand that one. I'm gonna
I
tell
mean, you
you this
heard
though.
who was before you. I don't think there's anything you can do that's gonna champion what he did. I'm just saying.
So this is a joke my mother told me, and I don't know why I remember this joke from a kid. Okay, I told you I grew up with crackhead parents back in the day,
I feel like I should be
but
nervous again. Should I be
a little
nervous
bit. So
again?
my mama told me this joke. I don't know where she got the joke from, but I love this joke.
Okay.
So she said, a white baby was born in heaven, and he had wings. And he said, God, why do I have these wings? He said, that's because you're an angel, my child. Black baby looked around. He noticed he had wings. He says, God, I have wings too. Does that make me an angel? God say, no, nigga, you a bat.
Really? Really?
It just
I love
I'm gonna
that
ban you from
show.
telling that joke. I'm so gonna ban you from telling that joke. What in the world? That is funny. No, I ain't gonna lie. That is kind of funny.
That is
I ain't gonna
funny.
front. That's
Like,
kind of funny.
great man, you are the best.
it didn't sink in yet. Too.
We just can't catch a break as black folks. We can't be
Look,
angels. We
you
can't
gotta be a bat
tell me that
though.
one.
A
My
bat
mama gave
though.
me that 35 years ago.
Okay,
So
I'll give you
yeah.
props. Okay, you get that one. I'll give you points on that. That was pretty funny. That caught me off guard. That was pretty good. I didn't know where you were going with that one, but yeah,
At
you
the
got me good
same
on
time.
that one. I didn't know where you was going with that one, but that you got me good on that one. All right,
Oh
so
man.
last couple of minutes. Anything you want to leave with people who've never seen you, never heard you? This is their first time. Anything you want to? What should they take away from this interview with you?
Listen, Roni Shanell is just a open book. And when I get on stage, no, everything isn't true, nor is it always about me. It could be experiences that I've heard of, been around. But when I get up there, I promise you, I'm gonna be like your best friend when I get off that stage. People just tend to say, "Oh my God, you were just so lovable," even though I'm cussing like a motherfucker up there. When I get done, you're so lovable and sweet and cute. I just love you, girl. Like so. Just, I promise you, Ronnie Chanel is someone you want to get to know, want to follow. Come see me if I'm ever in the city near you, and if you follow me, I'll have my shows posted and update upcoming events and everything. But I promise you, you would fall in love with this little girl from the 313.
I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, one more question because they're giving me time. So, one more question. If
Yes.
aside from Mike Epps, who else would you want to
Mhm.
work with?
Well, oh my goodness. Well, I see. So I didn't get a chance. I didn't sign up for the Comics Rock convention yet, but I'll actually be in Atlanta doing a private event doing a show. And so I'm gonna slide through some of the events, see if I can pay to get in some of the events. But I would definitely love to work with Hope Flood. She has been in the game for years. She has schooled so many people, and I've heard great things about the convention. So I definitely love to work with her. I love to work with Samora and Monique, Kevin Hart, Lil Duval, my homegirl. Shout out to Erica Duchess. She's touring with Lil Duval right now, so I'm very proud of her. She's from Atlanta. I'm very proud of her. But anybody, just take me somewhere. Shit, take a bitch out the plant. I'm tired of building cars. Okay, I want to
That
get
is
away from
not.
my kids.
Oh, good lord. Wait, is it just you, or
Golly.
do you have kids, or it's just you?
I have three children. I have and a
Seriously?
grandbaby. Yeah, yeah.
Seriously?
I have a 24-year-old son who has a 10-month-old grandbaby, 10-month-old baby, and I have my daughter just turned 21 yesterday, and I have a 16-year-old daughter.
Wow, you do all. Okay, so let me recap because I got to make sure I painted this picture appropriately. So you assemble cars, you cook,
Yes.
you tell
Hmm.
jokes, you got three kids and a grandbaby. I feel like I don't know how that works. What is that? What kind of package is that? Like what? These things don't even go together. How you end up doing these things? They don't even go together. How did you end up
You,
working on cars? Now I'm curious. How you end up working on cars or
so
assembling cars?
I never knew really. I was one of those people that went to school. I went to school for everything. I went to school for nursing. I went to school for business administration. I just really didn't know what I wanted to do, and all type of. I'm a licensed nail tech, just all type of different stuff. And
What?
I'm telling you, I am. I do everything, but I never like was successful. I was a decent nail tech. I was decent, but I never gained any success at those things because it's not really what I was called to do. And I stopped all that. I left school and just bartended. I took care of my children off tips. I was a bartender for 8 years at this one place downtown Detroit, and that was my stage. That was my first stage. My customers loved me because I told jokes. I made them laugh. I was, the life of the party. But I got tired of dealing with drunk people. Just every day. And then I started drinking more, and so I was like, okay, I got to get out of here. You know, I got to get out of here because I don't need no help drinking. It already runs in the family. I don't need y'all to help me. And so I got an opportunity. Chrysler was hiring. Great benefits, great money, and it was good for my children. And so I started working there about 8 years ago.
That's you do that for a minute.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm a fake like employee. Like this is probably out of the 8 years I worked there, I probably worked a total of three for real. Cause I be just off all the time.
What?
I be off all the time. They taught me too much how to work the system. I be off. My knee hurt.
That actually works. You tell me, are you actually telling me that works? That you
Let me
just
tell you something. Let me tell you something I did like an idiot. You ready? So
I,
I'm telling this is real life. This ain't comedy.
go
So
for
I
it.
wanted some time off work to work on my comedy career. And somebody told me, tell them you're crazy, which I am a little bit anyway, but not on
We all
paper,
are.
So my friend like tell them, you got anxiety, you stressing and yada yada yada. And so I went and told them, I'm the anxiety, the lights, the noise, I'm having panic attacks. I done made up all this stuff. And so now they didn't sent me to intensive outpatient therapy. So I had to go to therapy for like 6 hours a day,
Are you serious?
Monday to Friday for about 2 months straight, just to get me off work. Okay.
You
So
really went.
it worked.
I'm concerned. You went through
I
all that
did.
just to get off from work.
Listen, but I started to like it. I realized it was fun. I really was crazy. I really did need help. I didn't know that.
What?
I didn't know that when you drink Tito's,
Oh my
you
gosh.
don't know that. Tito's was my therapist, but after going in and watching all these other crazy motherfuckers, I realized I was crazy. And so,
I've heard some stories, but I declare you took the cake on that one. I've heard some stories, but to fake crazy only to discover you have elements of crazy,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. I
that
would go in there
that's
and watch the people in the group meetings and stuff because they was trying to discharge me because they told me they thought I was fake and I really wasn't crazy like I said I was. And and
I'm
they was trying to
concerned.
discharge me. When they were trying to let me out. I was act crazy that whole week just so I could stay. They keep me off work.
Oh my
I would go
god.
there and sit in the corner. And,
All of
and so
this,
I told
you do realize you're the
listen,
quintessential black person that'll go through
listen,
any lengths to get out of you. Actually, you are a comedian's dream. You are the black
listen.
person that will go to any extreme to get out of work.
You want to hear the funny part though? So
Oh my
I
gosh.
told them I had an eating disorder, right?
Oh
So
my
they
god.
they had me in the eating disorder group too.
What
And so
kind
the
of?
eating
Oh my god.
is at that time I was real big. I was like 260 pounds, right? And I'm in here with women that are like 80 pounds, and they didn't want to eat. So I realized when they didn't eat, they got a little extra attention. So
Oh my gosh.
I would go in there, I would go in there and be like, I'm not hungry today. And I would be on a hunger strike. But
Oh my
I would go
gosh.
to the bathroom. I would have cheeseburgers in my purse and go to the bathroom and eat.
This is ridiculous.
I
Oh my
would,
god. This is ridiculous.
this is for real. I said I was going to write this to my set because it's for real. But I would literally go in the bathroom and eat because I was trying to act like I wasn't hungry. Like I didn't want to eat. I was so depressed that I didn't want to eat, but I was starving like a motherfucker.
So you hide food and go in the bathroom and eat it.
And
Oh my gosh.
I had a rack of lamb in my purse one time. And so, and so
Oh my
look, so
gosh.
I went back to work. I had about a year off after, it got me a year off. I had a year off. I went back to work and I was like, okay, work was going good. I wanted to up my life insurance policy for my children, to make sure I, fatten it up a little bit for them. Well, they denied me because I'm crazy on paper. They told me you bipolar,
I'm about to say that's probably gonna work against you trying to
it
because
worked against.
anything.
That's what I get. So now I just got a bunch of little bitty policies, like $2,000 here, 500 there, because won't nobody take me on for real because of my medical records.
I'm not. You know
True
what? I'm
story.
not doing this with you. I'm
True
not doing it with
story.
you. That's
I
concerning,
can't let.
but That's concerning. But like I said, you're a comedian's dream. Actually, you're your own material. So you should definitely write that into your set because that right there is concerning. And yeah, that's just concerning. But we are out of time, my love. And I definitely want to say shouts out to you for being an amazing guest. I'm honored because when you blow up, I can say, oh yeah, I interviewed her before she blew up. So when I hit that cell phone and call you, yeah, that I want you to be able to pick up that phone and be like, oh yeah, Ricardo, yeah, from the Leadership Blend, yeah. I did the rundown with him. I can say that I interviewed you before you blew up in some movie with Mike Epps. See how I threw that in there for you? I threw that in there. I threw that in the atmosphere for you. That was for you. I threw that out there for you. See, I threw that out there for you. All right, so one more time, give everybody your social media information for people who may just tuned in so they can find you.
It's Roni Shanell. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Roni Shanell, RoniShanell. Thank you all so much. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you. I love you and be blessed.
All right, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. Let me look at my engineer. Is he? Are we moving, or what we doing? Are we moving right now? Cause Ronnie got about 25,000 more jokes in her. So what we doing?
Hey, I told
what we
you
doing?
joke.
I mean, well, life's experience that we would find is funny. I mean, we consider this your new your focus group for your next set. There you go. we your focus group for your next set. So are we giving her a little more time?
Oh, no, we gotta go to the next one.
Okay, so all right, so they telling me I have to wrap it up with you. So again, thanks and appreciation for being with us in this comedy. I'm gonna call it the comedy hour, the comedy corner that we were rolling out in today's rundown. And we will be talking to you soon. And remember the IBNX, we got your back. If you don't remember nothing else, we got your back. All right, dear. All right, we'll talk to you soon.
IBNX Radio.